And oh yes, we have Chukwudi Abuja with us again this morning. Good to see you, Chukwudi.
Same here. How are you doing?
Very well.
Good morning. Claire?
Yes.
Morning.
Good morning. You called my name much better today.
Claire?
Yes.
Claire?
Yes.
You have to separate it
clarity
from...
in
you have to separate it from Claire. That is C-L-E-A-R. Yours is Claire. Okay?
Enough of the English class. Maybe we should get into the papers now. I'll begin with the blueprint. Is that fine?
We're in the business of...
It's okay, Claire.
Right. She needs to know that our business here is in English.
I agree, but I mean, but that's not the job this morning.
The ultimate is clarity.
Precisely.
Everybody must understand you.
Jerry, please go ahead.
I refuse to be bullied this morning by the two elders on set. So let's look at what the blueprint has here. The lead story is on 2027, and it says National Assembly proposes November 2026 for presidential governorship posts. 6. Conclusion of litigations before inauguration. Stakeholders demand electronic voting results transmission. All right, Chukwudi, you want to speak on that? That happens to be the lead story. November 2026 for presidential and governorship polls. Is that too early? Or we should stick with the February, March, as it used to be?
You have to study the purpose we hope to achieve by, taking it to November. One of the things they said is, let us ensure that all litigations are handled before inauguration, which makes a point. But then, how much does it make room for readiness? Even when you go the usual May and all that, there are still complaints about there are no boats to ferry election materials across creeks and all that. So, if we are in for it, if we are thinking about making it November 2026, then we must really put on our boots of readiness to ensure that there's no lagging, in the matter.
But is there a reason why this has been,
concluding litigations was
basically
cited. It was cited, really.
Okay.
I've not gone deep into it, but at least that was mentioned.
Okay. You have other stories?
Yes, other ones, yes. Yeah. Of course, the ASU strike. I'm sure that should be on all the papers this morning. It says federal government directs varsity VCs to ensure no work, no pay enforcement.
And ASU says we are not intimidated by no work, no pay.
It has a rider here, the leadership newspaper that is also leading with that story. Has two riders to that. It says, as government orders vice chancellors to enforce anti-strike policy, strike paralyzes activities across campuses nationwide. The no work, no pay threat by...
Has it worked in the past? Will it work this time?
ASU.
I don't know. Well, it has not worked in the past, but it doesn't imply that all the time ASU would return and still get their monies back. Yeah. Because come to think of it, if you don't work, why would I pay you? Why would I pay you if you don't do your work?
We're talking about agreements that were done years ago that, should have been implemented by now. And, there've been talks before now. It's suspected that, they should have, both sides should have reached an agreement on, the previous agreements, just so that this can be averted in the first place.
The government claims that they have met a reasonable amount of the agreements. That's what they say, really.
This is 2025? And what year were these agreements made?
There are
Shouldn't it be 100% by now?
There are three major...
Are you getting 100% of money you need to live?
Three major demands by ASU.
Yes.
One is to enforce the 2009 agreement. That has lingered.
2009 is the genie in the bottle.
Yes, it has lingered.
Yes.
Every ASU strike, comes with every ASU strike. The other two, one are the lecturers They mentioned particular, universities, institutions where some lecturers are still being allegedly, victimized, probably because of strike and all that. But what I like to say is, fine, the no work, no pay is a policy. It can be activated, by government when it deems, that ASU, has overstepped its bound. But also, I ask, what happens when government reneges on its own,
Agreement.
How does ASU?
Government has reneged on its own part of the agreement several times, but just like this, they talk to you, who's a salaried person. These are the reasons you won't get 450,000 naira minimum wage and all. It's still the same thing happening all over. The funds are supposedly not there, So it's a matter of how much I believe the reasons you are giving me. Because the reasons are a plethora. There are so many, particularly in a struggling economy like ours. Thank God that things are beginning to look up, as it were, So
Anyway.
the reasons have always been there.
Anyway, we've been having too many strikes. I mean, it's strike here, strike there, almost every sector. So really, I think it's high time we looked at that and checked other ways of resolving deadlocks.
I agree with you.
And particularly with the teachers. I mean, these are teachers. I mean, they're training this generation and the next. It's important that they're well taken care of. That's what I feel. And I mean, considering what they earn.
It's also important every worker is taken care of. Not just
I should not glibly say this as a journalist, but I want to think that the demands I see most of the time has to do with the comfort, welfare of the lecturers. What about research funds? Why are they not talking about that? Things that would help them develop the communities they are in, develop the country as a whole, and not just their own welfare. Because that would be as valid as their own comfort. That's it.
Well,
a doctor that says, pay me well, but he doesn't have equipment to work with, is talking nonsense.
By the way, I hear that TED Fund is doing well in that regard anyway. So
TED Fund.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
So, the percentage actually
I think
more,
but one thing that the union leaders say they are willing to, meet again, that they're willing to dialogue. So that's a caveat there for the government.
By the way, welfare comes before research. If you're not well, you can't do research.
I cringe from arguments with you because I never win any.
Let's move on and look at other stories. Make peace with bandits. Again, Sheikh Gumi tells Tinubu. This morning when I was coming, I had little time to watch other international stations to see what's happening around the world. And I know you talked about it as soon as you came in. So I really want to say kudos, as you would say.
Kudos.
Yeah. That's English again. To Donald Trump.
Yeah.
For me, he's won my heart for what has happened.
He's always won
Gaza.
your heart.
No.
To my chagrin.
No.
My chagrin.
The almost 2,000 prisoners released, Palestinian prisoners released, and 20 hostages released.
Living hostages
released.
Yes.
That's remarkable. Hoping that the second round of peace talks ongoing now, in Egypt, would also materialize.
I don't like pretending even on the air. I'm not one of Trump's fans, but whether you like it or not, this is a major achievement. Trust him. Some chest beating happened,
Yeah. But
World War III has been practically averted. He has a way of calling attention to
what I would also appeal to President Trump. From me, you have the Nobel Peace Prize. But please, look also to Sudan.
Yes.
Look also to other, countries. Not just countries that you have, trade relations or historical relations. Look at other countries that are also going through the same, violence that are being under siege. Sudan, for instance. I mean, is it they now have two Sudan?
Yeah.
South
But
Sudan
no. Let's be fair to him. He started off with Armenia, Azerbaijan. He also did the warring factions of Congo, whatever. Rwanda has a hand in it. He says he has settled that as well and was working on Ukraine as well. But I don't know how much I'll support you giving him the Nobel Peace
aside
Prize.
from me.
You are constituting your own committee for Alfred Nobel. It's okay, it's understandable.
That's
You
why
like
I said in quote,
Yes.
for what he's done, for at least the seeming peace, between Palestine and Israel.
Yes.
That is
And
something.
also, I listed the other
Yes.
ones. You don't have to be
Exactly.
his fan to say the truth.
Yes.
Journalism does not permit you to lie against even your enemy.
Thank
You're
you.
practicing it well.
You have, Henry, because there's one I have here.
All right. Away from the Trump story, but I quickly want to read the comment of Trump, and I hope that would respond to your cry for other wars to end. He says, "This is not only the end of war; this is the end of an age of terror and death." That's according to Donald Trump, and we hope that this materializes in what you've said in other areas across the world that need peace at this time.
Because I listened to
Let's not taint his participation in it. Otherwise, I would say that he encouraged Netanyahu to ravage Gaza for too long before all this happened. Because I can assure you that Trump told Netanyahu, enough is enough. I think they've had their lesson. They've taken their lesson. It's now time to make peace.
I heard Netanyahu, say that Trump is the best U.S. president that Israel has ever had in history at the White House.
If you want to get things from Trump, start praising him first.
Same with every politician, by the way. Away from Trump, looking at all the stories right here, this interests me, and I'm sure it would interest Chukwudi. FD orders nationwide clamp down on cooking gas marketers as prices soar. So
that's the story that's on the papers today.
Yesterday, we were saying it doesn't seem like it's an official, elevation of prices. If the FG says now there should be a clampdown on them, that confirms my conjecture yesterday. It was unnatural, the way the spike just happened. Then later we heard Jumai said, I bought 19.5 1.5 weeks ago. They are telling me now that they're selling 16.5 where I live and all that. That shows you that somebody has taken advantage of a situation, as we are well known for.
What kilogram are you talking about?
12.5 kg.
Oh, okay.
Yes. We have taken advantage, as we are known to always do. It's unfortunate, the level of impunity we allow on this landscape called Nigeria.
Very unfortunate. I went to buy stationery for my kids, and when I walked into the shop, and the prices of some things have gone up, and I asked why, and she said, how much is cooking gas? And I was wondering, what's the relationship between cooking gas?
No, they're telling you, if they raise theirs, how would we be able to buy those items if we do not raise ours?
Just two brief stories before we round off. This one is Miriam Sanders' presidential pardon, grave injustice, says slain husband's family. I don't know if you had... I wasn't on set yesterday. I don't know if you spoke to
the presidential pardon and the names on the list. It's causing a lot of commotion.
Please, I'm saying this with all compassion for humanity. There are certain decisions in the world that are made at your expense. They are called political decisions sometimes. Government can only tell you, we are sorry, this had to happen. The Germans had to release somebody who shot somebody in public, a Russian, to be able to secure some kind of... They felt bad about it, but the US wanted them to please do it. They went ahead and released that person, even though everybody saw him kill that person.
It falls under...
So these things happen. Yeah, it doesn't quite... I'm not directly treated what you asked me to do, but I had to go to a higher place.
Yes, right, they're asking us to round up, but not before we talk about the World Cup qualifier, Nigeria, Benin, in a make or brake clutch today. The permutations are too much for me.
Yes, and you see, nobody is going to pull me into a fight I don't want to be part of. They call anytime I mention Super Eagles, now to put me for trouble nationally.
But at least
my lips are sealed. Well, I don't know whether I'll watch.
Right.
We wish them luck, but I mean, the stakes. I don't know if we. I don't want to say anything negative.
We have 14 points. South Africa has 15. What do you call them? The people at the top there. They have I think
Benin.
Benin.
No, is it Benin?
Yes. If South Africa loses, you see, all those permutations have started again.
Chukwudi,
why should my success in life depend on somebody losing?
Yeah, right. Is it me or
it's
you?
It's time to go. The director says it's time to go. I just wish, they would just give us a minute to talk about this.
Yes, please.
It's on the ACU page, and it's a cause for concern for FCT residents. It says, outcry over refuse pile-ups at FCT.
Oh, yes.
Claire.
Absolutely.
Every
Claire,
time.
The one that beats my imagination is the one on Kashi Road.
From Karishi.
We made the road beautiful.
Karishi,
Before we made the road
everywhere.
beautiful, there was no heap of refuse.
Chukwudi, we have to let you go. I'm
now
sorry.
we are done in.
Chukwudi, we have to let you
We
go.
hope the FCT does something about that, honestly. It's causing
a sign of please.
serious damage. All right, it's time to go. I apologize to the producer and the director, of course. Chukwudi, thank you so much. Hope